Hey everyone, welcome to the Geek Branch podcast. It's been a little bit. We have been in the middle of people getting new jobs, people moving to new places. So it took a little bit for us to get back together, but we are back at it and we are going to start off with my topic in the branch wars. We are going to discuss about what is a very hot topic right now, the fact that the legendary Bob Iger has suddenly stepped down from his role as CEO of Disney. And just in case, just a recap of what Bob Iger has done for the company for his 15 years as CEO. He has been the man to purchase Pixar. He was the one, he is actually also a close friend to Steve Jobs before he passed away, very close friend. He also was the one who bought Marvel. He bought Star Wars. Some would argue that it was him that made Star Wars fail because he helped decide who would take over Lucasfilms, which was Kathleen Kennedy. And then also he recently, his big purchase was he bought 20th Century Fox. So whether you love him or hate him, he has turned Disney into an even bigger empire. So stock markets have been frantically freaking out. It crashed. I mean, they're like, oh my God, why is he leaving? Some people are theorizing it is because he is trying to jump ship because a lot of people think Disney is going to start sinking here soon. So he wants to leave as a legend.
Legend. I wouldn't use that word. I'd say infamous.
He is not a fan of Bob Iger. So aside from Bob Iger, we are also going to talk about who his successor is. His name is Bob Chapek.
Bob 2.0.
Bob 2.0, as Dane put it, and as my wife put it in group chat. Bob Chapek has a lot of experience in the Disney industry. He has worked all kinds of different departments throughout the years with Disney. I think he's worked 20 plus years over there.
In fact, has he been in the House of the Mouse?
Yes, he's been long in the House of Mouse. Before he actually worked for the House of Mouse, he actually worked for Heinz. Funny enough. Anyways, so he has done stuff with their TV industry, their movie industry, but his biggest role has been the head of their parks and other like cruise experiences and stuff like that. He was the man that oversaw the Shanghai expansion and Hong Kong and all of that went on in the past couple of years. So there's been also kind of some complaints recently about the older rides at Magic Kingdom, how they've been not upkept like they should be. And so some people are questioning his skills due to issues like that. But also there's been a lot of things that he's done marketing wise that has been business wise pretty smart, like his vault system. The vault system he came up with was where he would have certain Disney movies go into the vault where you couldn't buy the movies for a while, and then he would take them out of the vault, and then everybody would try to buy up the movies. While shady and messed up, it worked. You made it seem like it was a collectible that way. And then also with him, a lot of people are wondering if he is going to be exactly like Bob Iger. But I saw a video because a lot of people were basically saying, "Oh, he's going to be a copy of Bob Iger, this and that." There was a guy that did a video 2 years ago talking about the rumors of him taking over and how during the time when Bob Iger was taking over, everybody thought he would be like Michael Eisner. Michael Eisner was the CEO before Bob Iger, and Michael Eisner, better for worse, he was essentially his management tactics was an isolationist. He did not play well with others. He was the whole reason why we had a bad relationship with Pixar for a while. He was the reason why a lot of people stopped working over at Disney. And so a lot of people were afraid when Bob Iger took over that he was going to be like that. And Bob Iger is very much a diplomat. He likes to give other people jobs to do. What is y'all's thoughts on all this?
Well, I'm happy to see Bob Iger go. Now, obviously, he should have left a little bit a while ago. Maybe
he wanted
about
to.
yeah, I know, but it would have been better for him because obviously he's escaping the sinking ship. It's been better to hop off just a little bit around the time of his autobiography. Actually, would have been
That's
perfect.
probably when he wanted to, and they're just like, no, you got to hold on just a little bit longer.
Right. So it's not like they didn't have this guy out here in the running. I mean, obviously, the second Bob has been sitting back waiting for this position at least for a year or two now. At this point.
Over 2 years. Yeah.
Right. So I guess they just wanted to kneecap Iger before he left, keeping him in his current position.
I think he's leaving just in perfect timing, in my opinion. Still, well, it would have been perfect during his
the release of his autobiography.
Yeah, and after the big success of Disney Plus, yeah, it would be perfect time. But he's actually still going to be working for the company for the next 2 years, more on a creative side, and to help the CEO.
Though his leaving was quite bizarre. Obviously, the effective immediately
because it was abrupt. Yeah, the way they worded it was very like most people would assume that he got fired. That's not the case. Bob Iger was not fired. Disney would probably throw more money at him to keep him. To be honest,
because Disney's slow like that. Well, to put it to you,
for better or worse, he has made that company much bigger than what it was when he started 15 years ago.
But size and everything, obviously.
But that's what they care about,
right? But that's fine. But nevertheless, your assets have to produce profit, and sure, everything that he's currently bought has at the very least turned a profit. Whether it will remain profitable in the future, Marvel, not so sure. Star Wars, definitely not. Pixar, probably.
Yeah, Pixar's still good.
20th Century Fox, not the way they keep handling everything that Fox transitioned over.
Yeah, but that's not all Disney's fault. A lot of that stuff was garbage from the get-go. Like, no offense to Call to the Wild, but that thing looked terrible with its CGI.
Yeah, all I'm saying is that just because the empire is a little bit bigger doesn't mean that it's on a good foundation. So,
maybe now we have someone that can handle being in that position because he's worked at so many different departments of Disney that he understands how large the company is.
And look, I'm not really rooting for Disney's success here, so whatever.
He hates Disney, so.
You know the usual saying, the bigger they are, the harder they fall. So,
yeah.
That's past that, I don't know.
You're not a big, when it comes to this sort of information, it's not really your thing. You just enjoy the media content.
I'll admit, like, Marvel movies have been great for the past 10 years, obviously. Under Disney, we've gotten started with Iron Man, we got all the way up to Avengers Endgame, and we've had a hell of a run for it. But I do think that it's going to end up falling off soon.
Yeah, you're fine.
I do think it's gotten too big for its britches, and I do think it's going to crash.
Oh, I absolutely think that's going to be the case for Marvel. Like, a lot of people aren't super hyped about a lot of stuff that's in Phase 4. Like, no offense to Black Widow, but why are you doing this after, spoiler alert, I mean, everybody's seen Endgame, but why would you do a movie after she already died? Okay? Like, I get it. Like, they want to tell her background story, but it's a little late. And to me personally, out of the movie versions, she's like one of the least interesting characters.
I wouldn't say that.
To me, I am not interested in Black Widow.
All I'm saying is I think that in the same way Captain Marvel got shoehorned in right before Endgame, that slot should have been Black Widow's.
It would have made more sense, but they kept trying to figure out a way to have Captain Marvel involved. Like, she was supposed to be in a teaser for Age of Ultron.
Right, but she wasn't really essential.
Yeah. But to them, they wanted Captain Marvel for obvious.
And it is this logic that is going to guide us into the next phase of Marvel, which is guaranteed to fail.
Yeah, there's a lot of people that are like, the Eternals is the next big one after that, and they're like, what is the Eternals? I mean, no offense, I'm gonna go watch that, but a lot of people are like, I do not know what that is. It's a little too far from the mainstream, but further than Guardians.
I mean, literally, their biggest thing is either Celestials, which have already been introduced as of Guardians of the Galaxy, and Thanos,
who's dead.
So what do you want from me? Why would I care? Even if they go back in time, Thanos still doesn't arrive on Earth in the Marvel continuity when we're going to be looking at the Eternals.
Well, they're set in the present, apparently.
Well, yes, but even then, regardless.
Oh, you know what?
Thanos isn't even an Earth Eternal. He's a Titan Eternal. So
the interesting rumor is that one of the characters is not even like the two main protagonists is apparently Cersei, which it makes sense, but the other one is the one Kit Harington's playing. Black Knight. He's
Black-
not an Eternal.
Black Knight?
Wait,
Yeah, Black
hold on.
Knight's in the movie.
Which one?
The
Uh,
one with the giant lance or the one with the sword?
Well, isn't the only other one I can think of is Earth X Black Knight, which is the Inhuman one, but
I don't know which one he's playing. Give me a second.
but
Y'all would ask that.
Magical sword, magical lance. It's just how you tell the difference between the Black Knights.
He is playing Dane Whitman. And Dane Whitman was the one with the sword.
Okay. So yeah.
Yeah.
Not
I mean, he's
Eternal.
not an Eternal, but he's one of the main characters of this movie.
So what are we gonna do? Spit off into Excalibur?
that'd be
I would
cool.
love for them to do a team up with Captain Britain and Black Knight. I would love that.
Don't know what the Eternals are doing there, but okay. It's like
Well, it's just like Kevin Feige has always said that he's going to have characters team up with one another that might not necessarily be in the same like usual.
wheelhouse to begin with.
Yeah,
I mean, sure, fine. That's something to look forward to. But
that's his way of trying to make it feel more organic that way, I guess.
But like my expectations aren't too high for anything that's coming out, and most of the things that I really want to see are kind of on Disney Plus. Not
The one
really-
that I'm actually looking forward to that you won't just because who the villain is. Because it's your base, he should have appeared in
He
someone
should have
else's.
just been in Iron Man 3.
Yeah, Shang-Chi. Yeah,
Jesus, why? Why would you do this to me? This is
I
also
know,
another reason why I'm not very happy with them.
I know, but they're trying to make up for people that were upset like you. Obviously, it was too late to try to make an Iron Man 4, so what's the next best option?
It never should have happened in the first place. It's like if I had to, if
It's not
just-
like they were going to bring back Fu Manchu.
I just blame Feige.
In today's climate, there was no way they were going to get away with bringing back Fu Manchu.
I mean, whatever. We did the same thing with the Asian Master in Kill Bill. It's not that bad.
I understand that, but how old is Kill Bill versus?
I
It's
don't
been quite a few years
It
now.
probably has, but it's a Tarantino.
and,
movie.
and I was about to say it's
But
Quentin
my-
Tarantino, and this is Marvel.
I don't really care.
I mean, they changed the ancient one.
yeah, but not that much.
They changed the ethnicity.
Yeah, but it never mattered to begin with.
I know, but
Yeah.
the whole reasoning why they changed it was for that reason.
Right. I mean, like Strange himself
Yeah.
doesn't really matter either.
Oh, I know.
So I'm just like,
I'm just saying. Anyways, with this new CEO, we're not going to see any new changes anytime soon. We probably won't see any changes to the way Disney runs until, quite honestly, until Bob Iger is really gone, which is sometime in 2021. I'll be interested to see how he better implements 20th Century Fox into the Disney house brand. I also want to see how he feels about Kathleen Kennedy. Want to see if he wants to kick her out. See if he can do what Bob Iger wouldn't. That would be awesome. It would be a check, a plus to him and his name, in my opinion.
it's a little too late, but all right.
Hey, well, he's the new CEO. It's not his fault. So hey, he
Right,
might
right. It
he
never
might
be a
some right
negative,
he might
right?
some right some wrong.
It's free points.
yeah.
Right. It's free points, I guess.
Yeah. So he doesn't have the connection to her like Bob did. So there you go. Anyways, we just wanted to talk about that briefly. Please comment and tell us, what do you think about this sudden change? Do you think it's a good thing? Do you think it's a bad thing? Or do you just don't care? Tell us what you're excited about. I mean, not everybody cares about who the new CEO of Disney is. Most people don't know who the heck the...
One more
know-
thing to throw into the poll before we go. He is related to the theme parks, right? The second Bob too.
Yeah, I said
Yeah,
that.
yeah,
he
yeah.
said that.
Yeah, it's a perfect time to actually bring him in, not for anything related to what Disney's mostly doing, but because Universal's about to drop that new theme park, and Disney.
Oh, yeah, their
needs-
mega, whatever it's called. Yeah, it's a gigantic theme park.
Yeah, yeah. So
Yeah,
Disney probably needs someone like him in the wheelhouse.
Do you
to begin
really
with.
think so? Because he was he was in charge of Galaxy Edge,
I'm just saying.
and Galaxy Edge was a bomb.
It was.
Yeah.
Totally.
Yeah.
I'm just saying.
I didn't go see it.
Disney theme parks
Yeah.
are about to get like shotgunned in the knee in comparison to what Universal's about to do. So I'm
That's
guessing.
true. Even with Universal Japan,
Right.
with their Nintendo Land,
Yeah. So I'm just like, Disney might want to step up its game in that one regard.
they also need to do better upkeep on their older areas.
Rides and attractions. I mean,
Yeah.
their stuff is always breaking down.
Someone finally got the sword out of the stone. It's that bad over there.
Really?
Yeah.
Someone actually managed to pull the sword.
Yeah, because they're not doing good upkeep.
Dude, that's the most
And
embarrassing
that guy's
thing.
in charge of that stuff. You know what I
The
mean?
most
I don't know. That worries
embarrassing
me.
thing.
Hilarious.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
Anyways, thank you so much for watching. Thank you for listening. Most of all, as I always say, thank you for letting us get to the root of our geek culture with you.